Dub da da ba 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 bum. Good morning to the world. It's not every day that I start out just streaming away, but today is such a day. Today be such a day. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to take a spy. We are playing as Dol Guldur today. Such is an interesting little faction. Well, I guess there are more interesting factions perhaps, but I did mean to just get a little playthrough of them to have a look at the ins and outs of the faction and to make sure that I wasn't sort of overlooking any scripts in DAC as I prepare for the next faction rankings video that is to be done. Of course, I've played most of the factions in the game, but this was a blind spot, and I wanted to open my eyes, as it were. So here we are, opening our eyes to Dol Guldur. Trying to decide whether to go for beasts, wargs, or catapults in Dorlingvar. Not sure. Anyhow, if you have an idea about that, do let me know. Maybe we want the Merchant's Wharf in Roskabeld, since that seems to be a trade hub. And, you know, cash is strapping, so to speak. So these are all things to be considered. We've tried to make a decent coexistence with our neighbors, and oftentimes in this game you can manage to do that, but not today. No. Not today. Today, all of our neighbors just dislike us quite intensely, so the elves up here, the Valesmen, of course Lorien wouldn't give us time of day, Khazad-dûm have entered the fray, Rohan are sort of passively prodding at us every now and then, and Dorwinion, of course, coming in from the east. So we have a pretty reliable neighbor in Mordor at the south end of things, but the thing is about Mordor is that the most interesting aspect of Dol Guldur, or at least the one that I'm most eager to test, is what happens if Mordor is defeated and we suddenly become sole Nazgul power of Middle-earth. I find that to be an interesting query. So even our peaceful relations with Mordor are to be appended in this campaign, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see. We'll see. For now, we're just holding out here in Khazad-dûm, trying to lay a siege of sorts. An indirect one for now. We control the fort. And they just sit in their little mansion. And then the elves are attacking us a little. I do not... I don't think they'll succeed because we have ballistas, and ballistas are pretty good at defending against decent quality enemies. So even if they have something better than woodland warriors, they will struggle. Though maybe one crew of ballistas is too little. We will see. We'll see. A next generation of glorious forces are amassing at Dol Guldur, of course. We'll need more time to train better troops, though. And then we have a Valesman navy, because of course we do. What would we do without the constant annoyance of forces with which we cannot parley nor battle? Yeah. Anyway. Turn 82. Oh! Ah, yes. That end turn jingle, essentially, for Dol Guldur. As for most of the evil factions, it's pretty long. And pretty brutal, and it's interrupting my classical guitars. So I am just going to keep that to a minimum. Hello, Rushkian. So what do you got? You have ballistas yourself. Well, congratulations. You've got horse archers. Okay. Interesting army. It could provide some challenge depending on how they use their horse archers. We'll see. But of course, if they just do bugger all with them, then we'll be so much the merrier. I have my green tea, so let's have a look at their green leaves. Recently, Legolas went to one of the central Mirkwood regions and absolutely smashed through our defenses. He's running in there with his little knives and going to town. So we'll be quite keen to not repeat that mistake. Our main mistake of that battle, though, was we did not have ballistas. And so our forces just melted away in the face of our elven assailants and their superior quality. Because that's just the nature of things. Everybody's better at what we do than we are. But, you know, archers? No, the elves are better at that. Actually, the elves are better at everything. I guess we have the Shadow Guard, the Camul Shadow Guard, that heavy cavalry unit, and we've got trolls. You know, those are the things that we have that they can't do better. Oh, and they intend to use their ballistas to smack open our walls. Okay. Well, that seems like a very, very reasonable thing to do. So we're gonna tolerate their tactics here. But how is everybody this morning? At least it's a morning in Copenhagen. It's an early time to be streaming for me. Actually, here we're running into an interesting issue. I still hope you're doing good, and please do answer that, by the way. How are you doing? Anyway, but here's something interesting, right? This map doesn't have a very tall wall because there is some terrain differentiation, and if a bolt happens to hit just below or above this section of wall, as they are wont to do, then they won't hit the wall and won't damage it. So most of their projectiles are missing the target. Oh, poor elves. Your aim isn't doing you any favors today, is it? I don't think they're gonna get in. I don't think they're gonna crack it. Oh, there we are. Seems that indeed they won't. We could of course try to bombard their Elder Council and things like that, but it's just going to be that much more effective once we've got them boxed into this little piddly bit of territory. I serve the Great Eye. And to be fair, I also want to redeploy our archers if we can. Yeah, something like that. And these folks over here, put them a bit further back, because there is not that much use in shooting at them before they enter. But then we will want to hit them with all our morale dampening missiles, all of our ammunition from the ballistas, everything. Can we put them a little bit further back? That would be nice. Just a little bit more clearance. There we go. Alright, start loading up immediately. There's an Elder Council coming in and they're gonna be mad. Make the bleed. Yes, please. Okay. So, you lads, start smacking. Alright, they just ride in everyone immediately. Okay. Our firing arcs look decent for the most part. I mean, some archers are doing poorly, but they're dampening their spirits, and that's the most important thing. Holding down shift key to go in decimal points on speed. That's nice. So these guys are firing really well. I guess these archers could use a little something. They're not very happy about firing over that hut. But it's a tricky situation, that. Give me another round, dear ballistas. Give me another round. Or 20. As many rounds as you can spare. Basically. Okay, we're getting there. Our general has exhausted all of his throwing axes, as I believe they are. And our maulers are holding the line decently. But they are also quite vulnerable to our own arrows. We should bear that in mind. And their morale is not what it could be. You know, we're not exactly dealing with a heroic leader in this particular defensive battle. More so a pen pusher of the Dol Guldur realm. Can we get to firing these, please? I would really like to fire these ballistas. Why are you not loading your weapons? Come on. Get on it! It always makes me a little nervous when we fail to fire like this. Because we're running out of maulers. We can't run out of maulers now. Come on. Come on, no. We're doomed. Okay. But we don't really have the time to... Okay. We're gonna need to start deploying archers straight to battle now. Not great, but it's all we got. No. Ah, they're breaking. Looks like we might lose another town. But we have recently taken over Lorien. That's been a little bit of good fortune. Oh, the Elder Council have arrived, and they are mad. And shooting them does bugger all because of their shields. You see what happens when you guys don't fire as you should? Bloody ballistas. At least our general's bodyguard is holding up okay in the melee, but it's not going to take long before they are overcome because they are not endowed with amazing stats. They are simply not. I mean, 18 defense, 13 attack. This is one of the lowest statted bodyguards in the entire game. There's very little to be done about that. And here we're firing on... Okay, a few cylinders. So that's good. And all the while, our maulers are running themselves very tired to get to the square where they might have a little bit of a reset. Okay, hello archers. You might be useful. Maybe you can help our lads over here so that the wardens and councilmen don't take us completely with our pants down. Ooh. Because honestly, I do not enjoy the whole pants down situation. Oops, there goes a general. Shagdoof has been shagged pants down. Not great. Might we best the Elder Council on this day? The possibility is tantalizing, of course. But I think our ballistas are just about done with life. So, anyway, Maulers, rest yourselves a little bit, because there's going to be a bunch of enemies coming at you very soon. Gonna be running up that hill. Like these 4 woodland warriors. Yeah. Fortune is turning on our archers as well. I mean, as one would expect. Okie dokie. Those warriors are to be met. Ideally, while they're still on a disadvantageous bit of terrain, but no, they're so quick that it might actually not work out that way. Okay, hack him down. Good work, good work, Maulers. Thank you so much. Oh. Here comes the walk of shame. Bruised and bloodied. Okay. Why is it the ones without arrows that run away first? That's a bit disappointing. Oh, what's this? Oh, archers coming in, okay. Just thought they were elves for a second. We are bleeding them quite a bit, but not substantially though. I mean, not enough to change the outcome, I think. The Elder Council has been reduced to 12. And their numbers are also comprised of the ballistas, of course. And then these little archers sitting over here, shooting in the vague direction of our troops. Yeah. And the thing is, we can't really run away from them very well because their cavalry will just run us down, rout our troops in the process. So salvaging our archers is basically a lost cause. And here they come. Maybe we should just sit in the square. Hush my mouth on that one, I guess. We didn't even make it there. We did not even make... Assailed on all sides. Hack them down, my friends. Bring your axes. And then they run. Yeah, this battle has not gone well. And once elves are in superior numbers, they win. This is law of nature #1. And then they will scream about advancing and all sorts of things. Anyway. It's fun while it lasted. I will need a steady supply of tea for the stream. But of course the fun of this faction is not in commanding orc maulers or defending settlements with siege weapons. I mean, that can be fun when they work. But what will always work are the castellans of Dol Guldur, the trolls, and the great spiders. I've found the great spiders to be great fun. So we will have some good times with them, I'm sure. And Camille is a fun bodyguard to ride around, you know, because he's so powerful. Like, having 60, 70 Shadow Knights in one single unit. It's a pretty potent machine of war. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. On the next end turn, I'm gonna go and make some more tea. But for now, let's see. Finabelle has been retaken. Okay. Fornost assaulted. The Wood Elves flourish at our expense. And here's the thing: Khazad-dûm is about to be attacked. We have a spy here. He's not gonna try to penetrate their defenses, of course. That would be a little silly, given the odds are 29%. Barlin runs a tight ship. But here's the thing. We've got some Shadow Knights over here, 100 of the buggers. We've got a decent little army here. And we've got a catapult. So if we put all this together, we've got a pretty effective sieging force. And I'll be happy to just siege them down. That should be enough to hold them if they decide to try and break the siege, which they may do, because a lot of our troops are lighter fare, you know, Dol Guldur host and everything, so the dwarves might decide that they got the metal to succeed in battle. The metal and the metal, if you will. Let's see, we have, we could potentially include the trolls as well if they make it there, so we'll just send them over. The stronghold of Duinburg will invest in siege equipment, because when it works, it really works. It's been fantastic to use at Bayon's Hall, where Thranduil himself with his own army decided to attack at one point, after we took it over, of course, and we absolutely annihilated him. So our siege equipment is a force multiplier for us that we should never ignore. Hence our priorities. Testura is building walls, which will be fantastic as well. Ooh, Shadow's Calling in the Dreichan. That is pretty tempting, though we actually do need some conversion before beginning to think in those terms. So here's what we could do. We could build a Countess Guildhouse for now. We train a spy and send him from Lorien. Hello, Serbert. You strange lad. If you try to get into my settlement, you will be met by quite a stiff resistance. quite some stiff resistance indeed. Yeah. I suppose these would be pretty nice. So why don't we send them over to Lorien? Yeah, Fangorn is held by Rohan, and they will prod us from time to time. But we will be able to resist their prodding, I believe. And you know, if needed, our trolls can make it back to Limhir in short order, so that'll be nice. But now that we have beaten back Lorien, our focus can sort of shift northward toward the Woodland Realm. They've gone unchallenged for too long, especially once Khazad-dûm falls. We'll have to see if that'll be on the end turn or something like that. Let's see, Bayon's Hall, Slave Hall, hooray. Goody goody. Guard barracks to follow. Dwynburg, Edraichan, of course. Yeah, okay, good. We're already there, We're building, we're training. All that's remaining is for us to end the turn. And for me to make some tea. That'll sit there for a couple of minutes. Hello! Ah, they sent troops to Edraichan. Rohan, you buggers! Ah. That's a bit harder for us to support. I guess we can get there in 2 turns, but that may not be enough. Ugh. We're not exactly ready for prime time here, Rohan, but we do have a militia garrison. That'll help a little bit. I guess we'll just have to try our best. Our Mirkwood Urks are soon to arrive. They will give Sabbat some pause for thought, I think. And I will be sending trolls down there. We could also dispatch... It's not... I would love to be able to do more about Edraichan, actually. So what have we got? We could send these. They could be there next turn. Tempting. Though retraining the black spiders. Okay. We'll send the ones that are fit for fight. Doobity-boop. And if they end up distracting Captain, what was it, Sickbed or Edbed? There you go. Well then. All the better. more headhunters, and then we'll prioritize new buildings later. We're in a fight for our lives here. And here's a conundrum. Khazad-dûm have not risen up against us, so it seems to me that we might want to actually reduce our troop numbers a bit. And we can even grab someone like a Glaracor at a sprightly 27 years of age and send him somewhere. Because the most important bits of the Khazad-dûm army just so happen to be the siege equipment, and then, you know, the cavalry and the archers and their ability to do what they do. So we're going to send a Glaracor over to Khazad-dûm, and hopefully we can then bring a little something from here. You can scrounge together some forces from these regions. A catapult could be nice. I feel Irui is okay having a ballista. Elven settlements tend to be a bit easier for our siege equipment. So that would be okay. We won't be having a repeat of the Enetar and Lertalt debacles. Hello, Radagast. Have you been grooming? You look well. Anyway, yeah, and then eventually Dorlingvar and Testuri need to scrounge up armies to go and smack some Northmen. Bursautis is still a town. As soon as it becomes a large town, it becomes very interesting. So I'm sort of okay with leaving the AIs and settlements while they develop them, and then eventually we'll just come in and take it over when the fun times begin. You know, so building up our armies for now, little bits at a time, enough to hold Bayon's Hall. That's the most important thing, I think. I'm not too afraid of the Valesmen. Their forces are easily dissuaded via the medium of siege equipment. Ooh, Gondor weakened. Okay. So that means, usually, Mordor strong. Rohan have divested from Edraichen, so that's good. Okay. Well. Yeah, we'll just send some troops to stay here. And our little spy will go to Draichan as well. He extends sight range of our place, that's nice. And of course, he will help the conversion to Melkor's Shadow, which is very, very desirable for us, because as soon as we get to 75%, we can get Camille's Shadow Guard through this Shadow's Calling. Khazad-dûm still just sit back and meet the siege with apparent enthusiasm. If we take 2 additional units out of the army, what happens then? And if a Nazgul were to find himself in Lynn here for some reason, what happens then? These are the questions that we love to ask here at the Total Waffle Show. Oh, apparently Sabat does not like it very much. Oh, he's more of a management type. Okay. But he does seem to have some talent for command. And must be taken seriously on the field of battle. Okay. Not the most terrible troops Rohan could offer, but not the best either. But I am really fond of the Riddermark cavalry. That's a fantastic cavalry unit, for the most part, so. Never to be completely underestimated. Just fired upon continuously with ballistas. Just checking the tea in the kitchen. Making tea is an art I take very seriously. Anyway. Let's get to it. They've got troops. We've got troops. Let's get together and have those troops meet in glorious combat. Actually, looks to me like we may want to put our trolls over here. Though, no, actually, no. We'll want them on this flank, and we'll want our Mirkwood Uruks to sit on over here. Come on, get over here and fight us like men. Thank you. Come this way. Can I tempt you with a ballista bolt? I hope so. Huh? Look, it's ever so nice and ever precise. Come on, get over here. Nice. They are coming this way now. I believe we have swayed them for good. Fascinating. Their bodyguards going straight at our trolls. That could turn out to be to our advantage, but we'll see. Haha! Initiative ceded. Ow! Okay, their infighting did not stop their charge. That's fascinating. Okay, but it does shake their resolve a bit. Oh, hello! Goodness, okay. How are we doing over here? Trolls reduced to 11, but them reduced to 10. I spot advantage. Okay. Dol Guldur host. Yeah, continue toward the footmen, scouts. No, maybe you want to throw some things at the enemy over there. Trolls, keep at the bodyguards. Ooh. Rid of my cavalry getting squashed, basically, between various units. It's a little chaotic over here. Our army isn't exactly upholding lines in a manner that befits disciplined forces, but as long as we get the job done, I'm gonna be okay with it. Oops. Rid of my cavalry still going. You mad lads will just not take no for an answer, will you? Here come Castellans. A Nazgul is upon you. Last gasp for the Rohan bodyguard. Attack the ballistas! Hold your ground, maggots. Okay, this guy needs to go. Goodbye, bodyguard. And look at this guy. He's just running away from everything, isn't he? He'll be hunted by trolls. Trying to scare the enemy bonkers. Can somebody kill this bugger? The troll's just mashing through everything in order to get to him. Smart. You know, I respect your showmanship, dear trolls, but your performance leaves a little to be desired. Okay, you guys, keep up with the footman, please. Come on, trolls. You can take him. Clobber him with your hammer. No. These people. They're gonna drive me nutty. Come on, this has to be it for him. Can't come back from this. And he does. Amazing. Come on, with all your little hammers and pickaxes, you can do it. No? Apparently. He's charging into a rock, and finally he dies to the ballista crew. They celebrate, and they are well in their rights to do so. Oh well. At least we healed both of our trolls. That's really nice. Let me go check my tea. We lost a lot of scouts, actually. Well, they're pretty bad units, so... Alright. The Kingdom of Rohan. Goodbye to you. And Aglaracor the Sycophant moves on. And then we'll see if Camille manages to draw out the dwarves. Weapon type cannot be upgraded. I just looked at that and thought, wait a minute. We did upgrade their weapon type. Game, what do you have to say for yourself? I'm spotting some inconsistent language. Anyway. Testore. Yes, congratulations on your new township. Soon we'll need to contend with having elves coming from the north. People who are not free upkeep anyway might as well journey over to Ostingale to just help hold it down. Actually, the Shadow Rangers are a good fit for that because they're a strong defensive archer unit and they can do wonders. With a relatively low upkeep as well. And Raskobel. Ooh, there's some ambulances going crazy in my neighborhood. Well, I guess they're not going crazy. They're going about their business very methodically, as they also should. I mean, it's good to have medical teams in your city, isn't it? Alright, let's end the turn and see what happens at Bayon's Hall and Khazad-dûm, respectively. And just so you all know, I will engage with your commentary. I invite it with all my being. Ha! Dorwinian emerging from the shadows with a surprisingly large army. Well, that leaves me a bit miffed. Everyone attacks us all at once. Let's see. Erebor waning. Okay. Not the only dwarven faction to do so. We may have... Yeah, I think we have a good balance. 3 archer units, 1 ballista, 2 melee units to hold down everything. And then a ballista. I think that'll be a decent fit for the army that's coming over this way. But, of course, here's the thing. We've got a whole bunch of thorns in our sides going over here. I don't like it. So what can we do? We can set up an army over here like this. I just don't think they'll be able to do much. We didn't expand to Meitelburg, but hey, we're working on bigger fish, okay? What do we want? In order to make use of these, we'll need more culture, so... Since it will also support population growth, I'm gonna go with the shrine. Temple of Melkor. Smack them to deck. To deck? No, to death, please. Anyway. Retrain some troops. Not the catapults, though. It's nice when they become cheaper to run. I have a sense that Aglaricor needs to go back to Mirkwood. He's gonna go through a Draichan. Hopefully... Let's see, do we have a... Yeah, we do have a militia garrison here, so we could leave in a relatively poor army if only we get a ballista. So, I think that's going to be the goal. I'm going to take some of the troops here that aren't free upkeep anyway, like these ones. Send them with Aglaricor. We might as well do that now. We can leave the Castellans. They have the amazing quality of being free upkeep. It's a choice on the game's part that I am not sure I understand, but I do appreciate it quite a lot. Butcher and limb here. A small investment that'll pay very small dividends. Maybe a way station in Duinburg would be interesting. I'd be happy to see if we could perhaps retrain spiders or something like that in there. Spiders and trolls, I think. Gazul, our diplomat, has been utterly unsuccessful in negotiating peace settlements with various neighbours. The dwarves won't listen, the elves have not listened, the Valesmen wouldn't listen. I don't know, maybe he can be more successful with Dorwinian, I don't know, but at the moment... I feel like they are some of the more beatable foes that we have, so... We just need to start beating them properly. And then ask Rune to eventually get into the gear. Okay. It would seem that we have some battling to do. Radagast the Brown, of all people, has arrived, and he has brought with him almost 2,000 men. For they are men. We'll see what they can do. They want to retake Bayon's Hall. Let them try. We'll put our ballistas a bit like this. Our catapults like this. Let's see, archer wise. Yeah, we're not that well endowed with archers, but that's okay. We don't need them. It's mostly for the purposes of covering the field in a bit of painful ordnance for our foes to tread through. Dol Guldur host will be doing most of the line holding. We'll erect a wall of maulers, the mauler wall. Oh, we have even more maulers. Sorry, I underestimated the mauler wall, the potential of the mauler wall. Let's just start the battle. We'll move people into appropriate positions. There we are. Okay. I suppose this is a decent target. 2 units bunched up like this. It's not going to do a whole lot, but, you know. It makes them sense that something's happening to them. So that's nice. Who else might we shoot at? Some Beorning Axemen over there, perhaps? If we can. Without doing so horribly. You know. Not horribly. A decent bit of shooting, that. Okay. I think it's time that we start loading up our proverbial guns. Ow! Okay, here they come. Load up everybody and let's fire them back to the Stone Age or something like that. Oh, the Mirkwood Hunters are already out of arrows. Fantastic. They just have so little ammunition, it's kind of crazy. What do they have? 16 missiles. One of the lowest counts in the game. As far as archers go. Okay, a little bit of damage to our own infrastructure. Granted. Oh, hello. Skin changes up there. You know what? Oh, okay, you already used your missiles. Sorry. Maybe we can do some shooting to those guys. Of one kind or another. No, dear catapults, you're not supposed to shoot outside the settlement. We have a nice little firing range here. Practice your aim. Make it good. You see, they're fighting through our la 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 la. What are you doing? Be in guard mode. Be sensible. Mauler wall, get going. Let's do some. Ow! Oh, Radagast is dead. Yeah. And then they flee before us. Ow! Okay, we can stop shooting now. What is this position? It's pretty nonsensical. Let's just form people up in a simple manner. Some Valesmen will return. There'll be some Bjorning Axemen, some Whitmer warriors. They're all going to come back to get a taste of what drove their friends to despair. Skin changes wavering. That's interesting. I'm gonna go for the ballistas now. Ow, ow, ow. Effectiveness. Okay, ballistas, target the Valesman. Ah, everybody runs. Yeah, okay, we'll just end it here. Goodbye, Radagast. Excellent, excellent. And as we see, okay, our catapult has actually done a lot of damage, but many of those have probably also been including our own casualties. Such is the nature of the catapult. So at this point, having fun with Dol Guldur just means fighting off everybody. I guess I did sort of bring it on myself by choosing a very hard configuration for this campaign. Oh, let's see if we can have what it takes to beat Vandagast. We might not. Though those Camul Shadow Guard are pretty solid. It's a nice unit with good morale. Even without a general, they will perform decently well. And I believe we have some towers at our disposal, given that it's a castle. so here we are. We've got an enemy with a bunch of ballistas. And they're going to want to use them. So we'll put our troops on the ground. Ooh. Going straight over there. They may not have ammunition for dealing with more than one section of wall. Or maybe they do. Needless to say, we would prefer them to be locked out of attacking more than one location at a time. Aha! There we go. Oh, but they will attack more than one location at a time because they are bringing their bladesmen to the walls. In which case, we will have to take them on. Is this going to be one of those cases where the enemy is effectively bugging out? If so, then I guess I prefer them bugging out in a manner that means they attack walls, as opposed to one that prevents them from doing anything. It's like an invisible wall has been erected here in the place of the one that fell. Okay. Ah, they managed to get in. Managed to it. Like, I make it sound like such an achievement that they... Oh no. Bugger. Athala Rangers running in. What is this? This is complete chaos and carnage. Come on, Shadow Guard, perform. Oh no. This is all getting a little skewy. Our slayers have effectively been sacrificed. At least I don't have to worry much for the Shadow Guard, unless they send in 1,000 more bowmen. But okay, there goes our captain, so our troops will lose courage very quickly. Yeah, we've effectively lost this now, I think. So we are making them bleed for it, so that's nice. Our Shadow Guard are the linchpin of our defensive effort, that's for sure. I feel like this tune is more appropriate. No, you're not running out there, dear Shadow Guard. I will not let you. Enemy General fallen. Well, thank God for that. They all must die. And we will be the one to make it happen. Well, they're putting up a brave fight, I will say that. It is peculiar to me just how passive they seem to be. Something with this version 5 of the mod and sieges is working less than amazingly. Defeat does seem almost certain. And now they're breaking through the line of our Shadow Guard. That's probably the moment when this battle turns against our troops for real. Though we're still holding on pretty well. Oh no, here come the Thorn Guard, sorry. Shadow Guard, Thorn Guard. Okay, they don't do an amazing job, so that's lucky for us. If our Shadow Guard manage to win this, I will be amazed. Oh, okay, now they're beginning to shoot us. Sorry. I'm not having that. Run out. Okay, run up there. Come on. Ow. Ow! Just this is turning into a Scooby-Doo routine, but sometimes we must do what must be done. Single Shadow Guard remaining. Okay, so what's the status here? We've got some Thorn Guard that have lodged themselves in there. That's going to be pretty hard to dislodge with one single Shadow Guard. What do we do? What do we do? Okay. Well, let's start by going down. What's this? Unit over here. That's the ballista. Okay. Somebody's ringing some bells. Oh well. I mean, if they win, it'll be a Pyrrhic victory and we will re-siege them and take it immediately because they destroyed the walls. But still, it's scant consolation. Okay, now we can effectively lock them out of victory for as long as it takes. This is a little cheesy. If you would like me to just throw my lovely little lad here into them and forego all of his lovely experience, then let me know, because The game permits me to run down the clock, everybody. You truly, yeah, you do serve in silence, don't you? Just don't turn your back to the enemy, okay? Yeah. Sadly, there is no tower that I can think of that could maybe this one. Okay, here's what we'll do. And then I'm gonna try to actively win this. It's probably not gonna work, but we're gonna try. Because there's one tower that I suspect could reach the square. It doesn't. Okay. Well, that's worth a try. This exhausted, poor lad has been fighting so bravely. Ha 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 ha. The day is mine. You will not dislodge us from Dol Guldur. But look at that, 512 from the Shadow Guard alone. It's actually pretty massive. And we probably could have won outright if our slayers had not insisted on departing all sense and heading straight out to defend the gate from the other side. That was a moment that for me will be infamous for a good little while. But with the help of the game's rules as they are, we have managed to stave off defeat. And so the enemy comes to steward it as well. But we have a few more troops over there, so I'm not too worried. Well, it depends on what they bring, of course. That banner tells us quite little at the end of the day, because it could be a third of the way filled with, say, armsmen, knights of the Vintner court, and jams of that nature, or it could be levies. And needless to say, the levies are not exactly great. Ooh, what is this? Erebor seem to be on the back foot. Extend our empire by retaking Little. Okay. I guess I can be persuaded in that direction. Okay. Now, some retraining is in order. My general policy, I think, will be that catapults make good offensive siege weapons and defensive siege weapons, well, ballistas carry that. But just a bit more precise. But catapults can get the job done too. Goblin headhunters, decent archers, we'll have them. Okay. Atlaricor, hello there. Let's have a look at this army. Ooh, okay, so we got some Bogard. Not bad. A lot of bowmen of the vineyards. Some thorn units. Could be threatening, potentially. It underscores the importance of development. Okay. The shadow troops are pretty good, so we're just going to keep training them at every available opportunity. These Rohirrim are not that strong. They could get stronger with a general, but doesn't seem like they're willing to expend that. And Khazad-dûm still unwilling. Still unwilling to commit troops against us, which is actually kind of interesting. Let's see how low we can go on that particular front. And then we'll see if the Valesmen attack Erui. I believe they will. Bayon's Hall will retrain and train new troops. I think the next loadout from Dol Guldur will head north, and then we will avail ourselves of the catapults that will be available from Bayon's Hall, and then smack up places like Leothot. That should be the plan. Next turn, these guys will either go away or be made to go away. Let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, I mean, it's always just very demanding to ask for peace from these people. And Aldor arrives. Goody. Let's have at them. This time we've got an elven town. Can we place a ballista crew of this size anywhere? I definitely want headhunters up here. I'll keep our generals safe as well. Just generally safe. Maybe we should even put these guys over here. The maulers can go on the walls. No, too many troops. There's not space for them. Okay. But the troops coming for them are Bjorning spearmen. They're pretty good against our archers, I would bet. But if we could get our maulers there, then I would be happy. We will try it. Okay, let's go. And then if we can whittle down these melee troops quite a bit, then we leave our enemy quite weakened, because then it's just woodman warriors and then 3 archer units. I think that should be plausibly dealt with the troops we have. Very plausibly. The Bjorning axemen will fall pretty quickly to arrow fire, such is their nature. And yeah, the Bjorning spearmen are not holding up that well either. So it's a good time. It's a good time. Here come the ballistas! Yay! Come forward, my friends, come forward. You may be useful. Let's set these up to fire at the gate specifically. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Their melee contingents are down, 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 down. Maulers, get up there and smack them. Okay. Our arrows will of course hurt our maulers too, but hopefully our accuracy is sufficient. Let's see what comes in. Veil archers, yeah. Aim at those. Nice. The maulers were successful after 80 losses. 80 losses. Our ballistas are not performing well. So Arui, with its current defensive layout, needs to be populated by better archers, I think. That's probably going to be what does it. Because, you know, a place like this, these elven concentric rings and things like that, they're nice for archers. They're really good for archers. I think it's a wonderful little bit of mod design that these things could come to be. It's a fantastic bit of both flavor, because it's in keeping with elves being great marksmen and making full use of their bows in a defensive siege like this just makes so much sense. And yeah, it's thematically appropriate. It's everything good. Everything good. And this is also the kind of vantage point which would make an actual battlefield commanding general really happy. Because you can see what's happening on the walls, you can see what's happening everywhere, and then you can just tell, you know, if this was a real battle, your commander would be able to say, okay, yeah, we need to deploy more troops over to this section of wall. Whereas if he was actually standing on the wall, he wouldn't really have the faintest idea of what's going on over here. Because you can't see there, right? You can't see it. But from this place, you can see it all. Yeah, so it's a... It just makes so much sense. Ah, there goes the general, there goes the victory. Alright then. Mistrend besieged. Okay, so Dorwinian are pushing on multiple fronts. Eadbert has consolidated his forces and must be dealt with. But with the bit of retraining we did, I feel comfortable in pushing back against them. So that's good. Let's see. What else we got? Camille's just besieging the place. Okay. Bum ba bum bum bum. Okay. Can we invest in Shadow's Calling here in Idreichon now? I don't think so. We'll need a Temple of Miracle first. And since taxes is our main source of income, then it's also going to help grow the economy of the place, no matter what else happens. Troll catapults, yay! Okay. This is actually a really good unit because they fire at a greater range than the standard catapult. So despite the higher cost, they are worth it. And of course, the captained by, they're held by trolls, so they won't be as susceptible to light cavalry charges or something like that. I think we'll leave behind those 35 Shadow Guard. And then Gladachor shall go to war with his sycophantic folks. Let's see, Riders of the Fold. Yeah, loads of cavalry archers. But we've got ballistas, and that counts for something. And we've got some decent archers. I think we can do it. So we're gonna quickly save, and then out they go. Okay. And we also have some great cavalry here, but of course that cavalry is very precious. We've got some spiders, and I believe these units are very good at sort of supporting each other while they're out there. So they'll be in a great flanking position. The great spiders will be able to intercept enemy cavalry that they might want to have counter ours, and so spare our Shadow Knights what could otherwise be some disproportionate losses. Skirmishes first. Let's see. Dol Guldur host. That's one thing. Okay. Let's bring these guys in with these. Yeah. So boom, boom, boom. Very nice. Then we'll have Merquadorix on our flanks. And some maulers and a host. Yeah, goody goody. May actually want to just rejigger the positions a little bit. So much cavalry to deal with. So as soon as our Black Rangers here can take some shots at their Rohirrim, I think they should. Instead of the peasantry. Ooh, Riders of the Fold. That's the General's unit. That'll be very significant to bring down. Let's see. Rohirrim, Peasant Scouts, Peasant Scouts. Okay. Over here, Scouts, Scouts, Scouts. Okay. We'll press them from the right flank. Put all of our sort of most offensive units over here. As well as a pretty strong spear wall in the form of the Merquadorix. Hello! Trolls will eat you for breakfast, dear scouts. Okay. Things are going decently well. We have borne the brunt of their first and most powerful charge. And now we get to hit back at them. And of course, I mean, our frontline troops are the worst that we got. Oh, hello. Person scouts running in this direction, are you? Okay. That means spiders follow them. And then our Shadow Knights will be tasked with beating down their infantry at every available opportunity. Trolls guard our ballistas, I guess. We just keep pressure on them. Actually, no, Maulers, go for the militia over there. Thank you. They cannot stop the armies of Mordor. No, I suppose they can't. And we just keep shooting at the cavalry with our sweet little ballistas. Ooh. Very nice, very good. Let's have some more mood music for the battle. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Of course the skirmishers are really annoying. We'll have to see what we can do to run them down. Maybe our spiders can help. And our shadow knights can help. And our trolls can try, but I don't think that'll make much of a difference. And our infantry can keep up the pressure, but really this is all we can do. What's this? Skirmishers charging straight into our lines. Okay. Okay, we caught some Rohirrim archers. So far so good. Where are the riders of the fold that they had? Where are they? Oh, there they are. Hello, hello. Meshed with the Shadow Guard. Right. Okay. I mean, that's a pretty happy accident, I think. A lot of them are over here with the trolls. I mean, that's even better. Excellent, excellent. No complaints. No complaints. Spiders doing their thing. They're pretty good against cavalry, you see. And all the Rohirrim run away. We catch a few. Most of them get away because they're just too darn quick on their little horses. We can live with it. We heal a lot of them, actually. We heal a lot of our troops. It's good to see. It's good to see. How about our Camille's Shadow Guard? No healing. Oh, that's a pity. That's a pity. Camille's Shadow Knights? No. They did capture a lot though. Probably because the initial charge was enough to break whatever unit they attacked, and then everything else just falls to them as captives, prisoners of war. They take the ransom, we get some cash, and a Goth can be left in charge of Idrachan. With the ballistas, I think. We can also put in the scouts. And since we're dealing with a cavalry force, I think leaving behind some troops that can lay stakes might be a good idea. Everything else goes to Mirkwood. We got enough Shadow Rangers in Mirkwood anyway. Hello, Shadow Guard. Come this way. Train some troll catapults, please. And why not also invest in some decent little headhunters? Austingale needs ballistas and maybe some more maulers. Dwinburg, similar story. And as soon as Bayon's Hall gets the guard barracks and the archery range, then the Shadow Rangers and Guard will also be available there. That's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. The spy will simply keep an eye on Fenelm, a town that we held for a very brief moment, simply on account of Lord of Shadow Kamul the Great rushing in and smacking the Stuars silly while they were just in a little village, defenseless and useless. Oh wait, is that an armor upgrade I see? It is an armor upgrade. I want it. I want it. Yeah, life is good. Life is good. Ours will probably attack us. And that'll be okay. Lynn here, you can get a dungeon. But I would like to save up for a boar breeder, because that is going to deliver some excellent agricultural results. And then a Temple of Melkor. Hello, Shackneck. You are now in charge of defending us from some Northman nasties. Let's see how we do. There we are. Oh, yes. Ballista time. But only 3 of them. So we'll just speed up everything and wait for them to break down whatever bits of wall they have their eyes on. This one. Okay. It's not too bad. We can work with that. Move our troops out of the firing line, please. There's no reason to lose any more than we absolutely must. While they waste their ammunition. Ah, we meet them with a hail of arrows. A maelstrom of death awaits them. Seems to me that our archers have relatively disappointing in places. Oh well. Maybe it'll actually be easier to hit them once they make it, you know, gain a little bit more ground in here. The fighting is pretty evenly matched at the moment. Not exactly the the outcome we would like. We would like it to be more decisive. But we are gaining on them a little bit. We seem to be reducing their numbers quicker than they reduce ours. The only problem is we can't keep up shooting them forever, so we would like to develop a little bit of a lead. Okay, a little bit, okay, maybe a little bit more of a lead would be nice. And if their general would somehow die. Is that this guy? No, I don't think so. Oh, there he is. Hello there. Thorn Patroller Man. Expecto Patrolum. Or something. I guess we don't have any magic spells. Actually, our front loosening up here could be exactly what we need for these headhunters to do their jobs well. But, of course, it carries the risk of them breaking through, which is none too appreciated. But, since these archers are now ready to be committed to battle, then, oh, things are happening. Then, yeah, I think we'll be okay. Do make a little bit of a dash for it. They are routing. Excellent. 79% of them gone. That's wonderful. Our archers have indeed done their jobs decently. And now we will hit them with the troops we have. That should at least give, you know, a fresh infusion of force sufficient to rout the remaining troops. But we didn't get Mr. Patroller Man, did we? He's still out there somewhere. Oh no, there he is. Hello. Patroller Man. There you go. Okay, now we just need to run down the rest. The ballistas must be snuffed out. Shouldn't take too much convincing. And indeed, they don't. Haha! And we heal a good amount. About 100. Plus a few... Okay, maybe 200 actually. Oh, that's very good. Nah. I'm feeling in an executory mood today. And finally, High Lord Barlin deems it possible to break our lines. Let's see if he succeeds. I've taken a little bit of a risk leaving our army so weak, but it may just be what it takes to bring them down. Because we can fire upon them with artillery, and that will probably dismay them, and it's a pretty reliable way of bringing down dwarves. Because no matter their armor level, which is high, no matter their armor level, they will be... Oh my... No! Okay, well... at least they have a lot to... Goodness. This is chaos. Okay, we'll need to set up our force as well, and we will need to cover this place in fire, basically. Kamul himself. Okay, so here's the plan. First line of defense are the Uruk Slayers. And then we have the second line of defense, which will be our lovely little Nazgul and his Castellans. The idea being that once the enemy is breaking through the Uruks and we engage the Castellans, then our Shadow Knights will be able to charge them down from the flanks. And if Balin doesn't die in the maelstrom of siege fire, then he hopefully will die to a direct cavalry charge from one of the most powerful cavalry units in the game. They have a bunch of generals, which may be their strongest units actually. You know, those and then Balin's personal guard, who is to be found where? Okay. Yeah, over here. Yeah. Balin is yelling at them right now. Apparently it's taken them a good while to march out of Moria. We rule the forest. We can put you a little bit further forward. What are they doing? Oh no. They seem to be advancing with all the urgency of a snail who's just set themselves the goal of binge watching an entire soap opera. Okay, well maybe then what we need to do is actually move inside. We can do that. And we could probably hit them from this side of the bridge. So, first step, Uruk Slayers, go in. Right, we'll want these guys to set up shop here on the bridge. This will nullify our cavalry advantage a little bit, but it won't be all bad. We might. Let's see what we can do. We'll need to be mindful of how we position our artillery. Like that will be good. You know, I'm sort of working with the idea that perhaps just moving our troops in here is going to help provoke them as much as anything. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just going to keep running around inside the halls of Khazad-dûm. So we're gonna attempt to set up right here on the middle of the bridge of Khazad-dûm. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Dear catapults, that's not gonna work. At least I'm pretty damn sure it's not gonna work. Maybe the ballistas will have a bit more luck with their operation. Useless, sorry. You're shooting at a wall. Okay. Ballista actually hitting something. They're shooting through the wall actually, so hush my mouth, I suppose. See what happens if we move them forward just a tiny bit. This is an infuriating battle in some ways, but the good thing about being on the defensive is that if we run out the clock, we will still win. So I would really just prefer them to attack us properly. Because I doubt we have the strength needed to face them head on. Now we're just wasting our ammunition a bit on some of their weaker troops, which we shouldn't do. Okay. Bring up your dead. Yeah, we can risk a little Castellan of Dol Guldur. He'll come back. And he'll be closer to where we need them. So, you know, if Aglaricor or whoever it is ends up dead, then... No, I don't think it's the sycophantic one. It's, what was he called? What's his name now? What's his face? Nazgul number 17. Sorry, no, number 8, probably. Lagarin of the neck, I believe. What is this? I see an enemy actually coming against us. Amazing. Right. Or are they? It can be hard to say. This is just silly. Okay, Castellan's attack. I don't care about this guy's life. He will respawn. He's fine. He'll respawn with a full bodyguard, which would be great. Okay, let's see if we can shoot this unit, or maybe that, or something. Just something. Shoot something. Come on, Balin, throw your forces at me, I beg you. Apparently not. They're keeping all their best units in reserve. And in the meantime, our Castellans are fighting the best fight they've ever done. So that's nice. Our catapults are being somewhat useless. But our ballistas are doing good. And now they are being fought down. Okay. And the Legion Deeping Guard leave again, giving our troops reprieve. I do not understand you, Balin. Why do you give the orders that you do? Forget about March. This is the true madness. We committed 8% of our best forces. We took out 20% of their least good forces. Yeah. It's an okay trade, not an amazing one. But at least it will convince Eru Iluvita himself that an actual battle took place here. Okay. Screw it. We're just sending in the Slayers now. If they're going to respond to our incursion piecemeal, then I'm going to advance piecemeal. Or no, actually no. I'm going to take advantage of that by sending in whatever forces might be useful here. I think the Shadow Knights may be too large a unit to really make a huge impact, but we'll see. Come on. Get up that hill. Get up that hill. Lagarin just stands alone. But now comes the Easterling. And Balin does bugger. And all. Bugger and all. Man, this Nazgul has taken a real beating and he's still standing. Barely, but, you know, standing. Standing nonetheless. I don't think he'll be able to charge, but Camul will try regardless. I mean, yeah, okay. He does very little, but at least, you know, he's going to dampen the spirits of these sentries. And there we go. Right, Balin, your move. Move troops away from the fight. I don't get this. I don't get it at all. Come on, Balin. You know to do better than this. This cannot be your best efforts. Fighting? You're not fighting them. What are you fighting? Balin the coward. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll move in our ranged units, our castellans that remain. You know, we'll just move in everybody. Well, we've almost won this battle by default, but I just want to... I want something to happen! And here I am just hoping against hope that once they've exhausted their arrows, they'll actually do something else, but I don't think they will. Oh, and now our catapults are getting stuck on the bridge. Okay. Oh, great, our ballistas are getting stuck as well. Right, okay. So much for that idea. These guys still haven't exhausted their arrows. How many do they have? Okay, well. This battle will be anticlimactic. That's something I will say for Dawnless Days. Its battle engine works a bit more as intended. Even if there may be other bugs in the game. There are some things that mod does really well. So I think I will do a stream of that at 1.2. Here come the Senate Guard, finally! Right. Okay. So far so grand. We healed one Castellan. A banner carrier, no doubt. And now we're back in the stalemate situation. Aren't we lucky? And the thing is, attacking that chamber of Marzabul or whatever it is, the central square of Khazad-dûm, is such an ask. But maybe that's what we'll have to do. It's either that or wait them out. They don't have any troops that could actually come to their aid, so Khazad-dûm are trapped. Yay! Town's upgrading. Happy times. Construction report. Let's see. Let's see, Troll Catapult. Yeah, 1700, so we're actually getting a good deal out of Dol Guldur because of our general there at the moment. It's very nice. These guys can run ahead of the crew for some savings. Let's see, this captain comes with decent troops, I guess, and will face decent troops. Yeah. Repair wall. Train troops, if we got them. I think we should just try to send our diplomat to Dorwinion. It's the one neighbour with whom we haven't tried to negotiate peace yet, and they may be more willing than others if they're battling both us and Mordor and whatever not. Let's see. Yeah, Rune and Mordor and us. Yeah, they might be willing to, you know, agree to peace. And if we attack Balin, he immediately gets 1,000 extra dwarves. Nah, sorry, not 600 extra dwarves, but that's 600 too many. And so the Khazad-dûm waiting game continues. Ukmuz must improve as a spy, and then we're looking forward to the guard barracks in Bayon's Hall. Yeah. Aglaricor will journey north, and he'll take command of the troops that might aid him from here. No. We will prioritize the Camel Shadow Knights over the Troll Catapult, I think. Because we will have some catapult firepower once we get closer. Hello, Fulor. Are you full of yourself? Have you come to gloat? More headhunters for Irui, and with that Temple Melkor done, I think we can then start investing in an archery range, perhaps. Maybe. We'll see how the culture figures improve. Or not. We return to have a revenge. We'll try to go into battle and then flee to Dwynburg. That'll be our plan of action. Withdraw, everybody! Withdraw! Your siege equipment can be rebuilt. You are come to Kerenamorth. Ah, yes, and Dwynburg indeed. Lovely. So, here comes Cat Pain Odaka. And, yeah, he will be in pain. He'll be in pain. I don't see anything else than the Swordmasters and the infantry that could even hope to dislodge us, so we'll aim for those with our ballistas and have a blast of a time. And look at that. This is the kind of fight our ballistas will love. Okay. Dol Guldur archers. Shall we put them on the walls? No, I don't think so. I think we'll put the Uruk Slayers on the walls over here, and then our archers can perhaps fill in over here. Or maybe actually, we'll want our archers over here to support against the armsmen. We put we keep the slayers on the walls, I think. Make them bleed. Okay, good. We're all where we want them to be. Oh. Okay. Assume proper positions, friends. Assume proper positions. Swords Masters are good, but they don't have shields, well, except those on their backs, which are purely decorative, as their stats imply. But I do like the visual of them being partially elven, partially human. It's a good look for a unit. I like it. And it's a distinguishing feature of Dorwinian. A faction that I enjoy. I kind of want to do another Dorwinian run at one point, so we'll see about that. A single bolt can do a lot of good. And a lot of harm. So let's give them 4. A single round. Ow, 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 ow. Away they go. Good. Then we focus on the Dorwinian infantry. Put the archers down on the ground. Yes! These are the kind of results that we love here in Dol Guldur. Perfect. Capture a few. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, okay. Don't get too uppity with the missiles now. I think we've done it. Ballista 163. Dol Guldur archers, not bad. Testura once again under attack. Oh. They really want to take it. And if they do, we might just manage. But Dorwinian are becoming a very persistent nuisance. Okie dokie. Fainobel has been retaken by Harad, and okay, progression will be Temple of Melkor, Hunting Lodge, and then Shadow's Calling. Lynn here needs Mirkwood Oryx. And a ballista. With 41% culture now. You know what? I'm going to upgrade the Dark Temple. That seems sensible. Both the Wood Elves and the Valesmen have been burned by Baon's Hall one too many times, and they know they can't take it just now. But eventually they will try again. I am certain of it. Let's see, these guys effectively saved nearly right about the 775 per turn that they sit in Dol Guldur. That does make me think that they might just stay there a little bit longer. Actually, sorry, it's over 1,000 when we have 3 Great Spider units. They can get to Dwynburg in 2 turns. It's 3 turns until Iglarico gets there, so they can sit there at least 1 more turn, saving us a bit. I think anything we can do to grow Dornorhach would be a good idea. But there isn't much. I mean, the grow coal doesn't really do it. So we're getting to the point where I want a respectable governor in there. Goody. And then let's revisit the music. You know what? I'm feeling a little bit festive. Oops. Alright, Captain Grim. What do you got? Ooh, privateers. Haha. Well, let's see what we can do. We do have some decent archer power. Bring it on! Everybody shoot them. Okay. Everybody shoots, everybody throws everything they have. And then triumph will be ours. Eventually. Hopefully. This is a better army than the one that came before. But hopefully... Hopefully our experienced archers will actually be able to do something here. Our archers are doing a good job, but will it be enough? Maybe not. Come headhunters. You have 7 melee attack. Put it to good use. Yeah, hit him. Thorn Guard getting around the corners here. Oh well. Yeah, this is not going as well as last time. I think Testura might be lost. Ooh, Captain Grimm down. Nice, nice. Okay, you know what? I take it back. There's a slim hope of success here. If we can make some routing happen, then we just might manage. Our troops are fighting for hearth and home, not for blind conquest. Some routing, some routing. Some more routing. Push them, keep on pushing. Such tidings. Such great tidings. Let's get our general to safety so he doesn't give his life and give away victory. This is actually going well. Yes! And if we can run down a few. Wouldn't that be sweet? Our goblins are pretty quick on their feet, but they're mostly quick compared to other orcs. So running down the enemy is... yeah, you know. Yeah, you can see it, you can see it. Yeah, they are managing, they're managing. Bonking one at a time on the head, hoping that they will fall. And eventually, surely they will. As long as they keep running to the farthest corners, then we will have a chance. Totaling some excellent experience gains. Wonderful. So, Dorvinian, goodbye. 2+ experience for one of our archers, 1 experience for the others. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. And their aim should improve with experience, which is a good thing. Oh, hello Gimli. No. I have you over a barrel and I'm not gonna let up now. That way madness lies, Gimli. Surely you understand that. No matter what your cousin Barlin says. So, Bree getting a reprieve from former failures. Okay. Cavalry, go to a fort. That would be good, I think. Let's see. Yeah, they should be able to meet up with the Gladiator next turn. That's good. At his speed, even. Muzzlug is besieged, but what happens if we support them? I think good things happen, and they do. Excellent. Spears to Baron's Hall? Yes. Uruk Slayers to Baron's Hall? Yes. We want them all. And we have a spy. Let's have a look at these guys. Or let's not. Leodalt has been upgraded by the elves. Well, a not totally unsatisfactory event, of course, because I am perfectly happy to take over their place. How's the culture of the Dreikan? 65%. You know? Yeah, let's build the hunting lodge first. And then the Shadow's Calling. I mean, we can't afford it right now anyway. And hello, Rohan. Goodbye, Rohan. This is one of those interesting cases where this general increases settlement income, and apparently that disproportionately increases the devastation, and so the income of the settlement decreases even though the revenues of the settlement increase. It's a weird thing, but anyway, that's a quirk of the game for you. Yeah, a little bit of fiscal conservatism might be a good idea. It's not that we're in dire straits economically, but every bit we can save is actually something that we can put to use elsewhere. So that means, for instance, these headhunters, they could go somewhere else. Like this. That would be prudent. We could even consider, perish the thought, putting some folks into a fort. Like that. Good. Let's proceed. Let's see, we get to Dornohach, and yes, it supercharges our growth here. That's great. It's very good. Gazdiv makes it to Sture, making it that much more secure. And some retraining in Dorlingvar, and actually we might want even more. So send off some additional forces. Get some basic military buildings. Limhir upgradable. That's very tempting. Some unutilized free upkeep here in Roskobel, and we will make use of it. Testura, yeah, building what it builds. Could we tax Kazgaradan more? Yes, we could. Oh, Moro hear him. Goodbye. Dorlingvar is under attack, and it's... that's an annoying one. We safeguarded Tesdore. Dorlingvar suffers as a result. Well. Let's get some troops back there. We do have a troll catapult in there though, so it's not all lost even if they do attack us immediately. Let's see if we can scrape some forces together here, there, and other places. I don't want to pursue Captain Melimion. I could go for Dol though. He should be an easy prey. Then we can scrounge together some cash from that battle to train some forces at Roscoble. Okay. Last battle of the day, I think. Giving Captain Hathol our all. There we are. Ooh, okay, we got their attention. That's good. Horseman running away. Nice, very nice. We can't catch them though. They're some of the fastest horsemen in the game. Why don't you stop? Alright, now it's about capturing as many as possible. With our cavalry being the best at doing that, of course. But it seems our infantry is doing good too. No. Those guys going away. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Decent battle. Didn't catch enough to eliminate them, but we're trying to make money here. So maybe that shouldn't worry me too much. It was Sam's first view of a battle of men against men, and he did not like it much. But a little, perhaps? Tolkien is sort of leaving the door open. Ooh. A large elven army sits in Leotold. But I think this is going to be it for the stream today. We've made enough progress to feel okay about ourselves, I think. Even if our defenses are constantly being tested. But still, it's good to be alive. So, if you have enjoyed the stream or the replay thereof, be sure to let me know. Otherwise, be kind to yourself, be good to those you love, and well, hopefully, I'll see you soon.